Hello, Littleton. My name is Chuck DeCoste, and I'm running for re-election to your select board. It has been my honor and privilege to serve on the select board for the past 9 years. As a board and as a community, we have accomplished a lot. We have renovated the Russell Street School, the fire station, and the alumni sports complex. We've made significant investments to acquire and preserve open space. We also approved and built a state-of-the-art library, and just 2 weeks ago broke ground on the center at Shattuck, which will be the home for our new senior center. In the near future, Littleton will be completing the Common Sewer Project. This project is a result of Littleton's master plan, and it will bring much needed commercial and residential growth to revitalize our common area. This will also be instrumental in lowering our taxes. As a homeowner and a fellow citizen, lowering taxes has been something I have worked hard to impact through economic development. We still have work to do, and I believe I have the institutional knowledge and relationships to get the job done. As with any board or committee in town, cooperation, collaboration, and respect are key. I've proven that I can work with my fellow board members, town departments, business leaders, and you, the residents, the people I represent. I think the key to being a good leader is to be able to listen. My dad taught me at a young age that God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth, and to use them proportionately. I will continue to listen and do my best to do what's best for all of Littleton. Littleton has given me and my family so much over the past few years. Continuing to serve you allows me to give back to our amazing community. Remember, we are always stronger together. I hope you will entrust me with your vote on Saturday, May 11th. I thank you.
Hello, my name is Jenna Brownson. I'm running for a seat on Littleton's Select Board to do this. In Littleton, 6.3% of the people here live in poverty. Every day, nearly 700 Littletonians wake up to not enough for life's basics, stuck between having to choose between rent and food, between heat and medicine, right here in Littleton, every day. This is wrong. Poverty isn't something that's just a part of life. Poverty is a result of systems. Systems are based on policies, and policies are created by people. I'm running for a seat on the Littleton Select Board to change existing policies and to create new ones to end local poverty. While this goal is aspirational, I believe it's also possible. We as a town could do something meaningful and important and necessary. If you believe, as I do, that Littleton should end local poverty, please show your support by voting on May 11th for this idea. Littleton can end local poverty.
Hello, my name is Kevin Baker, and I'm running for re-election to the Littleton Board of Health, and I'm asking for your vote on May 11th. If elected, this will be my 3rd term on the Board of Health. I was initially elected to the board in May of 2018, and I ran my campaign on the promise of bringing more organization and more efficient management to the board. Little did we know that 2 years later, in 2020, we would be faced with one of the greatest public health crises to ever face our country. We did the best we could with the knowledge we had. Some board members quit, some didn't get re-elected, and some barely make it to the meetings. But I've been to just about every one of them. I didn't quit, and I got re-elected in 2021. Fast forward to today, We as a board have put into place the first ever health director for the town of Littleton and launched the Department of Health. This has far surpassed my goals of merely organizing and managing the business of health for the town of Littleton. We are stronger together and can accomplish so much more. With the launch of our new Department of Health, we have already streamlined much of the permitting, inspection, and fee collection processes, integrating it with the town-wide software and working with the IT department to make everyday business more efficient. We finally have some transparency on food service establishment inspections and are taking ownership and accountability for our mandates. We have put into place regulations on trash haulers, food trucks, and managed the Title V waiver process in tandem with the installation of town sewer. We continuously monitor infectious disease protocols and nuisance complaints throughout the town. We have adopted the new town-wide nuisance complaint form on the website, and we're now able to keep appropriate records. We've also uncovered hundreds of thousands of dollars in federal and state grant money that with our own health department, we will now take advantage of to help protect the public health of the residents of the town of Littleton. I can promise you that if you put your faith in me, I will continue to do my best every day. I'll work with the other board members, the health director, and the residents of the town of Littleton to set goals and take action to achieve them. My name is Kevin Baker. I'm running for re-election to the Littleton Board of Health, and I'm asking for your vote on May 11th. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Myra Jean Bracken, although I have always been known by my middle name. If that sounds familiar, you might remember my writing for the Littleton Independent for over 20 years. I have also served as a trustee for the Reuben Hoare Library and more recently on the Littleton Cultural Council. The Select Board appointed me last year to fill a Littleton Housing Authority opening, and I am running for a 3-year term to continue in that seat. I've lived in Littleton for 52 years in a house and an apartment, each found by luck when we needed it. We lived in our house on Goldsmith Street for over 40 years, and now in an apartment on King Street. While there have been some challenges, we have been able to stay in town. Not everyone is that lucky. I am deeply concerned about the housing issues in Littleton. Many older folks and families have been driven out by rising costs and taxes. Housing costs have soared, with wage increases often not keeping pace. The average house in Littleton now costs $570,000, an increase of $20,000 in just 1 year. Apartments are no more affordable. The smallest units might be had, if you are lucky, for under $2,000 a month, plus utilities, while most rent for $2,000 to $5,000. We have a number of housing units for the elderly, families, and groups, funded by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Clients must wait through a long waiting list for availability. Delays are caused by maintenance issues and, frankly, bureaucracy. We have to do more. We have to maximize the resources we have. On the Housing Authority, I hope to bring out-of-the-box thinking with the other members to address these important issues. I would appreciate your support on Election Day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Peachcraft, and I'm running for the Library Board of Trustees. I have the pleasure of knowing many of you, and for those I don't already know, my sweet 9-year-old son would remind me that you're just friends I haven't met yet. And then his twin sister would remind me to be highly suspicious of all strangers. That's the kind of balance they bring, and balance is important to any board. On the library board, we need creative spirits, financial minds, and a passion for literature, learning, and community. There are 3 of us running for 2 open spots. Even as a book lover, I can do that math. And I support anybody who's elected, but since I hope to be one of them, I'd like to introduce myself and ask for your vote on May 11th. I'm a lifelong lover of libraries. From my childhood at the Everett Public Library with my gramps on weekends, to the halls of Boston College as an undergraduate there. My husband Matt and I even got married in the library. But it wasn't until moving to Littleton 10 years ago, pregnant with twins, that I realized the full value of libraries. In fact, Reuben Hoare was my first stop. As soon as we closed on the house, I drove over there, eager for my 3 library cards, only to learn from very friendly and informed librarians that I would get 1 card that day, but I had to wait for the other 2 until the kids were born. Now as a family, we all have our library cards and we visit often. We even walked over during the construction and signed our name on the beams, so we're quite literally part of the library. I've always appreciated libraries, whether it's as a student or now as a professor at Middlesex Community College, for the amazing resources that they provide my students. But truly, Reuben Hoare showed me the full value of libraries as a salvation for parents. From toddler time to creative crafts to 4th grade book club, which my kids love. We appreciate the library and are eternally grateful. I love books. Just look at my socks. If that's enough for you, just vote for me, no questions asked. But of course you should have questions, and I hope you will come to Candidates Night later this month to ask them. For now, I'll just leave you with the idea that I want to use my skills and energy to help preserve and develop the amazing programs that Reuben Hoare offers to all our citizens, from infants to seniors. Please remember to vote on May 11th, and thank you for considering me, Stephanie Peachcraft, for the Library Board of Trustees.
Good day. My name is Janine Wood, and I'm running to become a member of the Littleton School Committee. I've been a resident of Littleton since 1998, and my daughters attended Littleton and the Parker Charter Schools. I hope to become a member of the Littleton School Committee to continue the educational excellence we have enjoyed and to be part of the team that addresses the areas where our schools struggle. Addressing the needs of differently abled students is a responsibility we as a community must constantly monitor, evaluate, and address. As these challenges change with each student, so must our solutions be crafted on an individual basis, and I commit to being a caring, thoughtful voice for every student. There are personnel and capital investment challenges facing our schools. With the skills I acquired earning an MBA at Boston University and working for 20 years as a proposal manager in the corporate world, I will work to lead our town to the best outcomes for all. As a school committee member, my first priority will always be the students. But I'm very aware that our schools exist as part of our community, and we must all flourish together. I look forward to talking with you, my neighbors, about the future of Littleton schools. The best way to reach me is to email me at janineforlittleton@gmail.com. Thank you for considering me as a member of the Littleton School Committee, and I look forward to earning your vote.
Hello, my name is Fred Faulkner, and I'm running for re-election to the position of Trust Fund Commissioner here in the town of Littleton. A little about myself. My wife, Chris, and I, along with our 9-month-old daughter, moved to Littleton in 1972. A few years later, we had our second daughter. They've grown up and moved on with their lives, and Chris and I are still in town volunteering for various activities. Chris spent 20 years of her life teaching and directing at my school cooperative nursery, as well as quite a bit of volunteer work with the Girl Scouts and local communities. My work career spanned about 40 years with Millipore Corporation, and my volunteerism in town is over 30 years with the Finance Committee, 4 or 5 years with the CPC, 7 years with the Kimball Morrison Scholarship Committee, and now an elected trust fund commissioner. The Trust Fund Commission is a 3-person elected commission. We work closely with the town treasurer. Our roles and responsibility are to oversee the trust funds in town. We have about 13 to 15 trust funds that we oversee, and we try to set the investment policy and strategy for the funds. We work with the investment company and review the funds on a semi-annual basis, and once a year we get together to vote the disposition of the income from those funds per the instructions of each and every trust. This year, we were fortunate enough to be able to distribute approximately $147,000 in income from those trusts. Approximately $100,000 is going to scholarships for local graduates and students that are attending colleges. About $40,000 is being distributed to the school system for projects that are not normally covered in their operating budget. We distribute funds to the Littleton Lyceum, as well as we have one fund that we distribute through the EHS department. That fund is specifically for the care of animals, and they vet people that are having trouble paying their veterinary bills for their pets, and they manage those funds once they're distributed. The scholarship funds, about $40,000 of it goes to the Littleton Scholarship Trust, who manages the distribution of those funds. The F.M. Kimball Second Fund and the Eunice and John Morrison Scholarship Fund have language in them that specify that the trust fund commissioners are responsible to distribute those funds. In order to do that, we have appointed a scholarship committee who is in the midst of this year's scholarship process. They look at the applications, put together a recommended list of scholarship recipients, and the trust fund commissioners normally just approve their recommendations, and then we have an award ceremony. So in a nutshell, that's what we do, and I would like to thank you for your attention, and hopefully you'll cast your vote for me on May 11th in this year's town elections. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Joe Knox, and I'm asking voters to elect me as Commissioner of the Littleton Electric Light and Water Department. I was honored to have been appointed to fill a vacancy as Light and Water Commissioner, and now I am asking for your vote. I'm a lifelong resident of Littleton. I married my high school sweetheart, Kathy, and Littleton is where we raised our 3 wonderful children and built a real estate business. Community matters. And for 30 years, I have been proud to serve. 2 years on the Town Government Study Committee, 10 years on the Board of Appeals, and over 20 years on the Select Board. That experience has helped me as a Light and Water Commissioner. I see the big picture of Littleton as a home to families, an epicenter for business, a farming community, and even a field of dreams for our young athletes. New England may run on Duncan, but Littleton runs on Light and Water, and soon on the new sewer system that will support the master plan for our town center, while offering greater protection for our environment and our water supply against pollution. Our electric department offers residents and businesses three important priorities: affordability, reliability, and renewable sources. Our residential electric rates are the third lowest in the state. We are recognized nationally for our reliability, for our commitment to renewable energy, and for safety. When the power goes out, you know our crews will restore it quickly and safely. We are active in preserving the environment. We encourage saving energy, and we offer customer incentives. We have an electric vehicle program, and we have installed numerous electric vehicle charging stations throughout our service territory. We are transitioning to renewable energy sources with the goal of 100% by 2050. Today, 41% of our energy is from renewable sources. We have a responsible plan for converting to renewables while preserving our low rates and our high reliability. In the water department, the new Wickham Avenue water treatment plant is fully up and running. And for the first time, all of Littleton's water is having iron and manganese filtered, which improves the taste and the appearance. We also removing PFAS from the Spectacle Pond well water, where it was found to have unacceptable levels. Our new plant is just one of a handful in the Northeast that removes iron, manganese, and PFAS. And we are grateful for the community for investing in clean water. We are looking to the future to ensure we have adequate water supplies. We are developing a new well on Taylor Street to expand our water supply. We also expand the water system to help our neighbors in parts of Boxborough who are living with polluted wells. That project will be paid for entirely by the state and the Boxborough residents and not by Littleton. After 20 years in making, the sewer system is finally coming to Littleton Common. The development of 550 King Street is paying for 60% of the construction. That makes it much more affordable. Without King Street, a new sewer betterment would cost $200,000. With King Street, that cost per property drops to under $42,000. We have known for a long time we needed a new sewer system for the common area. With its poor soil, nitrates get into the groundwater. Sewer will protect water quality and prevent pollution. As commissioner, one of my priorities will be to expand the capacity of our system to ensure benefits to the small businesses in that area. We are working with DEP and will be performing tests to expand permitted capacity of the system. Construction of the system has restarted and will continue through the fall. It's going to make for bumpy roads and, for those living near the common, noise and dust. It's not pleasant, but it's temporary and ultimately will be very good for our whole town. In closing, I ask for your vote as Light and Water Commissioner to continue to bring you clean, reliable energy and water, and to ensure we have a sewer system to meet the needs of our community. Thank you.